What? What's going on?
What's happening?
What are you
Where
doing?
am I? What's my name?
Yep, so here we are. Once again, this time I'm flying solo. Give you guys a little something here. It is currently 9:10 in the PM Eastern Time. I'm not on the East Coast, but Eastern Time, no less. Yeah, it's dark out. I'm driving down the road, actually. It's such a nice night out, and just gonna, I don't know, ramble on for a little bit. Got the Hotel Nerd podcast starts here in about 20 minutes. So, I figure I'll jabber on until then or so. But, yeah, I mean, we're here in week fucking 4 or something, 3, 4, something, 4, 5. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know. And I'm not keeping track anymore. I stopped marking the, days off on my calendar. I used to put an X on each day. Yeah, I quit doing that, last week. It doesn't fucking matter. My cooking skills have not improved whatsoever. I don't know why I thought they would, but I actually kind of thought they would. I just figured I'd start cooking some shit, Baking though. Baking. I used to I love chocolate cake and shit. Years ago, I used to chocolate cake with chocolate icing. Fuck yeah, dude. Black on black, bring that shit. But, I don't know. I don't enjoy pastries all that much. Probably over the last 10 years or so. So I don't know, I don't want to butterball myself on a bunch of, pastries, especially when I don't normally eat them, but baking, it sounds relaxing to me. I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority here of middle-aged single men, with no kids and a cat. But yeah, baking sounds very relaxing. Just put on the Pandora, put it on shuffle, get some golden oldies, some fucking rockabilly and shit like that. And, bake up something. I don't know. Brownies. Brownies are good. Put some sugar in there with the brownies when you mix it up. Maybe even put some icing on the brownies. That's pretty good. Get some chocolate icing. Not like too rich of a chocolate icing, but just get a nice chocolate icing, spread it on top of the brownies. You gotta wait a little bit, let the brownies cool, or else obviously just like a cake, you're gonna rip the fucking top layer off when you start spreading the fucking, icing on it. So, but don't, you gotta use chocolate or something. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell y'all what you gotta do. I mean, you do whatever the fuck you wanna do. Everyone's got their own taste buds. But what I will say is, at the very least, don't use vanilla. Come on, dude. Fucking vanilla. Are you serious? Plain Jane that shit if you want. I mean, that's up to you, but fuck, man. I don't know what other flavor of icings there are. There's some sort of coconut icing, some shit like that my mom uses on certain cake, and it's not very good. Not very good. I mean, for me personally, I don't like it. But other than that, I don't know what other flavor icings there are other than chocolate, vanilla, and that coconut shit. I'm trying to think of caramel flavor? I don't know. I have no clue. I don't fucking know how to cook. I can't even make scrambled eggs without getting scared. I end up making my way through it. You know what I'm saying? I push through that shit. I get up. I have my motherfucking orange juice. I get my shit going. I'm out there listening to my fucking music and shit, and I'm whipping up my eggs. I even have a whisker. I think is it a whisker or wisp? Yeah, it's a whisker. The whisper is from fucking Walking Dead. I'm not even getting into that shit. But, so I get my whisker and I'm whisking up my motherfucking eggs, and I never have milk. I mean, dude, who the fuck needs milk? So I never have milk. So I just, I don't have fluffy eggs. Although I wish I did have milk just for the eggs, but I don't make eggs enough to justify having the milk. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying here? But I do still have that same fucking empty bottle of, a Powerade in the fridge. Well, it's not quite empty. That's the point. It's got about an inch left in the bottom of the bottle. It's been in there for like 4 months, or not months, dude, like 4 weeks. Yeah, that's been in there 4 weeks. It had 2 inches in it until I took a drink. and now it's an inch. So, Pookie understands me. Pookie gets where I'm coming from. But, yeah, so I'm not the biggest cook. I actually used to try to cook when I was younger, in my late teens to early 20s and shit like that. Okay, here's something funny. Okay. So the first time I moved out of my folks' house, I moved in with my buddy. We'll just say his name is, Tony. Because his name actually is Tony. I love Tony. I ain't seen him for a long time. Like, it's been shit, man. It's been almost probably 8 years, since I've seen him, man. Fuck. I gotta get out there and stop in, man. But we've been friends since junior high and shit, you know? And, the great guy. But first time I ever moved out of my folks' house, I don't know. I was probably, let's see. I don't know what year it was. It was 2001 was the year, because yes, it was 2001, 9/11. It was 2001. So I would have been 79, 89, 99, 2000, 2001. So I would have been 21. Okay. So I was 21. It took me a long time to get the fuck out of my parents' house. I partied a lot with my friends. Way too much. It's terrible. God, if I only had all that fucking money back that I blew back then, my life would be completely fucking different right now. But yeah, so I had moved out to Tony's house, and he's got the Italian in him, you know what I'm saying? So dude likes to cook, and he's a good cook and shit. But a lot of the stuff he cooks is just things I don't really care to eat. And it's just because I've got a fucked up palate. I'm very bland, very plain. I mean, I like flavor, but it depends on the flavor. Like, I don't know, and fucked up shit. Like, I love ketchup, fucking hate tomatoes. Okay. You know, like, yeah, it's fucked up, dude. There's little shit like that's fucked up. So Tony would cook a lot, right? And so there would be a shitload of dishes and fucking utensils and pots and pans and shit that needed washed on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So I do completely understand, okay? I want to say this first. I do completely understand. I lived there, so like I should help him do the dishes and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? That's fair, right? Well, because I didn't eat what he cooked, I didn't dirty dishes, so I didn't do dishes. And I didn't even do my dishes because I was going out and buying paper plates and plastic silverware so I could just throw it away. Because I just didn't feel like doing dishes. Now, there were times where I ate, like we would make a pizza, something like that, like a frozen pizza, or, you know, I would have something that he made sometimes. And on those times, I would, you know, help do the dishes. But, and you know, that's just where I was coming from. And I still stand by that move today. But yeah, just, yeah, I need to go see Tony again, and ask him if he wants to, make us some dinner, and then I'll skip out before, dishes need to be done. But, yep, I'm coming through a little shithole town now. This little town here, I live in Ohio, in the middle of motherfucking nowhere. But this little town here, I've been pulled over in this shithole, man, twice. One time, alright, I was in an old shitty beat up, ragged out fucking work truck of my dad's. My parents owned a construction company as I was growing up. And I'd say right now off the top, man, this was not some of that shit where the boss's kid gets a free fucking ride, gets a fucking work vehicle, you know, is automatically, you know, promoted to fucking management, all that shit. Fuck no, dude. Dude, not my folks, man. Me and my brothers, we were expected to be the first ones there, the last ones to leave, work harder than everyone else. It just, and there was no working there was no straight fucking promotion to the top. That was not the case, dude. Okay. I was a fucking laborer / finisher for when I quit working for my folks. And I will admit I was a shitty fucking employee. And I will admit also that if I was not their kid, they would have fucking shit canned me. Anyone would have. I mean, when I was there, I worked hard and I did a good job. But that was the thing when I was there. And it turns out, I didn't know till years later, I had thyroid issues, so I was getting sick a lot in the morning to work. I was overheated, dehydrated easily. I couldn't hold fluids. I would get cramped up real easy. I didn't know till years later that was the case. But, and that is in no way an excuse. Even if that weren't the case, be completely honest, I still would have been a lazy fucking bastard. That's the God's honest truth. I can't fucking lie about that shit, man. Come on. I was a fucking shitty employee. And a lot of it, I'll also admit, it was fucking completely wrong. But a lot of it is because it was my folks' company. Because I knew I could get away with it. And that's just, it's fucked up shit. But I was young. I've grown out of that shit. And yeah, shit, fuck, I want to be at work, damn it. I want my work to open back up. But anyway, guys, I was in the shitty old beat up work truck and, it was late at night, maybe 11:30 or in the 11:30 to 12:30 hours, I'm sure, somewhere around there. So, I'm on the little country back road and I took this little country back road. I took the side road. I was on the state route. All right, like the main road. And I took a little country jog around this little town that I just went through, this little shithole fucking town. Okay. And the crossroad of the town, if I would have gone straight through it on the main road, the crossroad. Okay. So when I crossed that crossroad on the jog around the town in the country, fucking cop pulls me over. All right. Lights me up. Now, this motherfucker proceeds to tell me that I've been drinking. Didn't ask me. He never once asked me if I'd been told me I had been drinking, okay? First of all, I don't fucking drink. Straight up, do not fucking drink. I ain't got nothing against it. I'm sure there will be a time in my life where I will fucking drink again. Not on a regular basis, but like there'll be a night where I'll have some drinks, but it ain't my shit, man. It ain't my jam. It's honestly, it's the flavor. It's the flavor. It's the taste. I think the taste of alcohol fucking sucks. I don't give a shit what you put in it. What the fuck you try and throw in front of me and tell me it's good? It tastes like shit. Now, there are things that you can do to it to make it taste like good shit. But it's still shit. You know what I'm saying? In the end, it's still fucking shit, dude. So, I don't drink, but, yeah, and there I am. Yeah, this cop is telling me that I've been drinking. So, in the God's honest truth, I had a bottle, like a 20-ounce bottle of Pepsi in the last, I don't know, 24 hours. In the last 12 hours, I had a fucking bottle of Pepsi, and that was it. I had fucking cotton mouth. So he's telling me I've been drinking and doing that. I can tell you haven't been drinking much, but you've had a little bit. So just tell me what you have had and how many you've had, and we'll just get you on your way. Not a big deal. Yeah, dude, first of all, fuck off. Okay. First of all, fuck off. You're a fucking liar. Okay. You are a fucking liar. And so fuck you, first of all, for that. Second, dude, I ain't been drinking. So I tell this motherfucker, I tell him I want to take a breathalyzer test. And he kind of looks at me like a fucking dog tilts his fucking head to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? Or not, huh? That's a human, but more like, huh? And so this motherfucker, he looks at me and I'm like, seriously, I would like to take a breathalyzer. He said, that's unnecessary, we can just tell me how much and I said, dude, I have not fucking had anything to drink. I want to take a breathalyzer right now. Go back to your car, get it, and give it to me. He immediately hands me my license back and says, have a good night. That was that. Fucking dick, dude. And then there was another time I was pulled over actually in that town. I did not venture off to jog outside of the town. I just went ahead and went through it. It was night time again. I used to party down in Dayton with some friends and shit. So the cop pulls me over. because I had a license plate light was out? Either a tail light or a license. It was a license plate light because I had to fucking get it fixed and then go show them proof that I fixed it. And when I showed them the proof, they didn't even fucking look at the proof. They just were like, all right, thanks. Fucking dickheads. See, man, they don't give a shit, dude. They don't fucking care. But anyway, so he pulls me over. He comes up to my car. And, he's telling me that he smells, I get a distinct odor of marijuana coming from your vehicle. And I'm like, officer, there's, nothing's been smoked in here but cigarettes, dude. Or it's not cigarettes, cigars. I smoked, Capone rum dipped Capone Slims. Yeah, it's been years and years, but I smoked the fuck out of those. Loved them, man. So I'm like, there's nothing's been smoked in here but cigars, And, he just keeps going on and on and on and hammering it, man. Just telling me, I smell it, blah, 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 do I have permission to search the vehicle? We get to that point. Do I have permission to search your vehicle? And I said, no, sir. And he said, why? And I said, because you don't have probable cause, and he, without skipping a beat, I go, you don't have probable cause. Without skipping a beat, he goes, so you telling me that I just got a whiff of marijuana from a passing vehicle? Dumbass, fucking stupid motherfucker. 2 cars had actually passed right when he walked up to my car. And me being fucking awesome, without skipping a beat too, fuck yeah, but my beat was better. Without hesitation, I go, officer, that very well could be the case. And he just looked at me and he fucking knew it. He knew it. So he said, well, you can either let me search the vehicle or I'm going to call for the canine unit. And I'm like, call for the dogs, man. Call the fucking canine unit. And he calls the canine unit, comes out. It was his sergeant. Sergeant comes up to the vehicle and he, what's going on here? Blah, 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 and I told him, I said, I'm sorry. No, first he said, ask me again. Do you mind if the officer just takes a look in your vehicle real quick and we'll just get you on your way? First of all, fuck you. You're full of shit. No, fucking no. Okay. So this dude, I tell him, dude, I'm like, officer, I'm sorry, but he has no probable cause. He says he smells marijuana in my vehicle, and I know that there has been no marijuana smoked in this vehicle. I said, I'm sorry, but he can't search my car. And the sergeant was like, okay. And he said, well, will you come out here? And I shouldn't even have got out of the car for this, but I did, but it ended up all good. But he was like, you mind stepping back here just to the hood? We'll have you sign the citation for the license plate light being out and get you on your way. And I'm like, right on. So I got out, signed the fucking shit. The cop was pissed as fuck that I wouldn't let him search my car. And his sergeant just was like, he knew. He was like, okay, cool. We can't do nothing. Have a good night. And he had a fucking canine in the back of his car. And I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out. But that's that. And right now I am going to check out Hotel Nerd Podcast. But that's okay because we've actually just got breaking news anyway. Here's the flash report, guys.
It's not just California. It's the whole world is going to shit.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.